Hey everybody, so I first bought Terraria on October 4th, 2013. That means I've been playing the game for over 10 years. In that time, I played for over 1200 hours, and luckily enough, I've saved a large chunk of my characters and worlds. So let's see what 10 years of playing Terraria looks like. So the first character we're going to look at is #Bacon. On this, it only has an hour and 48 as the playtime, but it's definitely way more. This character's been copied and duplicated a bunch of times, inventories messed with and stuff for various other reasons, so this playtime's not at all accurate. Could you guess what world he's from? No? He belongs to the world #Bacon, which was made August 31st, 2014. That was a long time ago. So this was probably my first very serious long-term Terraria world. I remember this one pretty clearly because this was the world I first started trying to make YouTube videos on Terraria on. I think I actually have access to some of those videos. Let's see. Yep, I found them. Look at these thumbnails. So I made this world right after 1.2 came out, and I remember this very vividly because this little section right here I used for the pirate invasion because I had no idea what was going on. Look at me fighting the pirate invasion. So clearly I didn't have a good grasp at building aesthetically. This is, I don't know what's going on here with the ice. Maybe I thought this was going to make an ice biome. I really don't know what my plan was here. Let's take a look at the world map here. Obviously, classic Terraria sky bridge. Interesting. Oh, look. Alright, let's go take a look at the right side of the map. Alright, so we made it to the dungeon side. It looks like I have a desert farm here and then a teleporter. I'm pretty sure this goes into the dungeon. Yeah, so I had a dungeon farm, and I'm putting farm in quotes because this was not a farm at all. I remember it very clearly. The corruptor staff that you get from the corruption chest, I would sit here and just tape my mouse down and then shoot it down here. And then hopefully it would take out everyone. And I'd come in here and then just go farm. That was my strategy for this. Starting off strong with the Comic Sans font. There it is, there's the corruptor. And it was somewhat similar over here in the dungeon. As you can see, the corruption chest is here. I would sit here and just farm for some reason. I don't know what I was doing, but that was my strategy. Just sit here leave my computer on for hours, just farming. I didn't know about the item caps. I didn't know about any of that stuff. I had no idea what I was doing. So this looks like an interesting pirate map farm. I'm not exactly sure what the strategy was here. Why are these blocks actuated? What even is this? I have no idea. I have no idea. What I do remember is this is where I beat the destroyer, as you can see with the little sky bridge thing. I had not known about the strategy where he can't get up to you after a certain point. I didn't know that. I just happened to summon him over here and it just worked. I don't know. So as for my inventory, it's obviously a mess of random stuff. I use this character, copy and pasted him into other worlds for various other reasons, and friends worlds and stuff like that. So my inventory is not representative of what was going on at the time. Moonlord didn't exist at this point, so Moonlord wasn't beaten in this world, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of anything else to look at. I didn't even have a souls farm. That's crazy. It was so new to this game. So the next world we're going to look at is called Let's Play, and it was created August 31st, 2014. I couldn't figure out which character actually went to this world, so we're just going to pull out a random character. So this was my first attempt at actually Let's Playing Terraria. You'll notice a theme, I've done it a few times, but this one was the first world where I was like, all right, I'm going to try to do a Let's Play. Let's get it. So clearly here at the spawn, this is a pirate invasion farm, as you can see. None of my map is explored because of the character, so we're just gonna have to, hopefully, we're gonna go towards the NPCs and see what's going on there. If I remember correctly, we're in a tree, or like a sky-based thing. I vaguely remember building this base in the air because of the corruption. Looks like we got an obsidian thing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I built the base down here originally. No? Maybe not? I did something. Okay, so it was in a tree. This is What is going on here? Yeah, it looks like I was in the process of moving everything. I wanted to do it up in a tree to get away from the corruption because I didn't really understand how it worked when I was playing. A whole bunch of random stuff in here. That's funny. Got a jungle room for some reason. I don't know. Looks like the truffle at some point lived here. As you can see, the theme of me not being able to build still stays true. I have gotten a little better building. And a boss arena this high up here? Why would I do that? This is a standard hell bridge. Okay. I wish we had the character here because I don't know what's in this world and I'm very curious. There's gravestones everywhere. You know, I'm surprised I didn't have teleporters set up because I had teleporters in the last world, which means I knew about them. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just gonna go check the dungeon real quick to see what's going on in here. Doesn't look like there's a farm here at all. Yeah, I have no idea how far I got on this world, but it's fun to see. It's fun to see my progress. So this one has a similar story. This one's called Epic World, created the 26th of October 2014. I'm starting to remember a little bit about what was happening with this world. So I made a world just to transport all my loot. I was like, okay, this is gonna be my end all be all world. And so I created a new world and then I transported all the loot here. As you can see, I was trying to collect a bunch of stuff. This world, I didn't get very far on it, but you know, I like the idea. Again, with the ugly buildings, that's a common theme here. But I just shuffled loot from, I think it was from the Let's Play world over here. These things are just full of loot. Absolutely no rhyme or reason for sorting, complete randomness. And then down here, I had a Pumpkin Moon and Frost Moon stuff. And this is back when the invincibility glitch worked, so that's why there's a slime statue in there. How do I get in there? Is it this one? Right. Slime. Like loot? Okay. Look at me figuring out wiring. I am curious to know what these teleporters go to because I don't think I feel like I didn't set up that many farms. Okay, so this goes to the jungle. Anywhere in particular? No. Oh, look at this. Fire map farm. Interesting setup. I don't think these work anymore, do they? I feel like in 1.4 they changed. What was the last update? 1.4? 1.3.5? I don't know. Yeah, so they don't track you unless they're in open water or unless you're in like their open water. What's in here? Nothing. Spider armor. Nice. All right, what's in door number 2? Nothing. 3? Nothing. 4? Nothing. Nothing and nothing. Yep. As you can see, I didn't get very far. And big ideas and no follow through. Well, I think that's all there is to explore on this world. It's pretty much just this big old nasty building. On to the next one. Sliinky Jr., 8 hours. He belongs to the world 1.3 World of Glory. So clearly I was trying to do another Let's Play of 1.3 this time, and this is how far I got. Clearly not very far. Looks like we're in the very early stages of the game. Let's check what's in the chest. So it looks like I didn't make it very far. I'm using the ice blade. These chests are pretty empty. I like this building though. It looks like I spent a little bit more time building my base than I usually do, as you've seen so far. So that's a good sign for the future. Doesn't look like anything's crazy here though. 1.3 was a pretty major update. That introduced a Moon Lord and all this stuff. So I'm interested to see what the next few worlds look like. Next, we're going to look at Sliinky as opposed to the other Slinkies. Look at this list of characters. It's all Sliinky. Sliinky with 27 hours. He belongs to the world Homieland, which was created July 2015. So this world was a fun one. This was the first time I played Terraria with one of my IRL friends, and it was a time. This was the first time I've ever played Terraria with someone else, like multiplayer wise, and it was a good time. Playing with friends in Terraria is so much fun, especially if they like the game as much as I do. Smack Fire, shout out you. But yeah, we got to hard mode in this world, but we didn't progress that far into it. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, we got a big NPC hotel. Doesn't look like there's much else going on in this world. Doesn't look like there's any farms. What's going on here? Got a whole bunch of chests. Looks like these ones are actually sorted, which is nice. I figured out how to label chests here. That's nice. I saw something down here on the map. Okay, so we got glowing mushrooms and the start of a potion secondary farm. Interesting. Good memories on this map, but that is all there is to look here. So let's move on to the next one. Next, we got Sliinky the Third with 26 hours. He belongs to Land, which is August 2017. So there was a break in time of me creating new worlds. Interesting. Okay, just looking at the map immediately, it looks like we are pretty far progressed. I don't think this had the Moonlord emblem on it, so we didn't beat Moonlord, but we got a lot going on here. So let's take a look. So this looks like the first time I started using these NPC prison cages. This is the most efficient way to store your NPCs, but man, is it ugly. Got some sort of liquid mixing facility here. I don't think these work anymore. At the start of a mushroom farm. I don't know what's going on here. You know, I am not 100% sure what I'm trying to farm here. Maybe this one's for life fruit? Our critters? I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see where this takes us. Okay, so this takes us to a soul farm, as it seems. Oh, there's spiders there too. What? Interesting. So it looks like I was trying to farm spiders as well. Looks like this farm works fairly decent though. No golem traps. I wonder if we didn't end up getting to golem. Okay, so it doesn't look like we ended up in the lizard temple. So we didn't get that far in this world, which is very interesting because I think I spent more time with the base. So at least there's that. What do we got for our weapons? So we're using a cutlass. Okay, so we're pirate invasion. Do we even have anything over here? We got something interesting going on down here though, is what I'm curious about. Obviously some sort of dungeon farm, but if we barely got into hard mode, what was it for? So yeah, this is a classic dungeon farm design. They get teleported up here and they die, and then the hearts to reheal us because of all of the NPCs, all of the mage NPCs that spawn. But it doesn't look like it works. But it's the thought that counts. I know this was a version of Terraria where teleporters, you had to defeat a mech boss for it. So I had at least one mech boss down, which, well, I tried my best. That's cool. Looks like that's all there is remarkable about this world. So I'm slowly starting to understand the game. Okay, this next one is my first long haul world. Big Slink, 41 hours. Can't really tell what he's wearing, but let's check him out. He belongs to the world Meme, created July 2018. So just taking a look at the map, there is a lot going on here. I notice immediately that there is some sort of lizard farm. What's going on here with the desert? Looks like I burned a hole through the world to get to the jungle. Our base looks rather interesting. We have the what is this called? The Ancient Manipulator or something like that. And then we have the Moonlord thing. So we did beat Moonlord in this world. Obviously I have solar armor on, or Stardust armor on. But we use the classic cheesy method of just latching ourselves here and using the nurse. So it was a good strategy. It still works. It still works pretty good. All right, let's take a look at the home base here. So I started trying to do teleportation pads. I like this. My building is getting a little bit better, but as you can see, I'm still using the NPC prison cages. Why is there a billion chests here? What is happening? So if I'm remembering correctly, I beat the game on this world, and then I was going to just build a bunch of crazy stuff in this world. So I started spawning stuff in, I think. We'll check the chests. Let's see what these lead to. Okay, we got, this looks like a terrible dungeon farm. Where's the teleport us to? Down here. Okay. Doesn't look like it's doing anything, so that's good. Clearly goes to a lizard temple. Let's go check. Not a whole lot going on here. Same old thing with the teleporter down there. Very one-dimensional with my farm designs. All right, so these obviously are jungles. That actually doesn't connect to anything. This one's jungle. Surface jungle. Okay. And what about you? Where do you go to? The top of the dungeon. Interesting. Now I want to look at all of these chests. What was I doing here? Okay. Yeah, I clearly was abusing a duplication glitch at least, or I killed Duke Fishron 1,000 times, which I don't think is the case. You know, now that I think about it more, I think this was a multiplayer world. This is also one of my friends. I remember, yeah. So we finished beating the game and then we were just messing around and started spawning things in. I think over here, there's probably going to be a duplication or some start of a duplication thing. A whole bunch of chests everywhere. I like this little farm. Oh yeah, right here. I think this was a duplication machine at some point. I don't really remember how those work, but it's like we got the desert pretty explored here. So this was my first Moonlord defeating world, it looks like. Pretty cool stuff, honestly. All right, next one up is Slinkerton with 34 hours. Now, this world was called the World of Wonder, which was created in May of 2019. All right, right off the bat, I see I'm in the middle of a lunar invasion, which is fun. Hope you guys aren't surprised by this, but we've got the same NPC housing. At least we got some little variation in the chest colors here. That looks like they're all sorted too, which is very nice. What was I rocking in my inventory? Spider armor, chlorophyte, got an Excalibur and an optic staff. Okay, so interesting. We've got a potion secondary farm here, got a liquid farm. I don't think I even had a mixing station. Huh. Look at me go. Look at our boss arena. This is interesting. What's going on here with the jungle? Maybe I was trying to fight Queen Bee. I don't really know. All right, well, we got to go hit the teleporters, see what's going on here. Interesting, an underwater ocean pyromap farm. Okay, so there's no way this doesn't work anymore, as we've already said, but I like the idea here. This is a fun design. Where does this take us? Okay, into a desert farm, but it's in the middle of a pillar, so we're just gonna not go over there. Looked like I had a hoik set up. You're clicking. Oh, a bird engine. So yeah, I had a dungeon farm set up. That's our desert farm. Where does this take us? Okay, that's Martian invasion land. Interesting. Did I have any other farm set up? I feel like I had to have a soul farm. Yeah, okay. So it looks like we had a soul farm. We're not going to go down there. It looks like a basic soul farm. So I got decently far in this world right before Moonlord, but didn't beat Moonlord. Interesting. Building's getting slightly better. Looks like we regressed a little bit. No teleporters. I just never got there. Next up, we've got Ol Slinkster, 53 hours. I remember this one. This world is Journey to Journey's End, which was in January of 2020. And I beat Moonlord in this world. So this was another attempt at me doing a Let's Play. And I wanted to do a Let's Play right before Journey's End came out and then just back to back them. And I did it. It looks like our building was getting a little better here. I mean, obviously I still got the NPCs in their prisons, but more wall usage, more decorations. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. And this, like I said, this was right before Journey's End came out. It's interesting to see the progress here. Now let's check out these teleporters. Where does this one go to? Okay, this one goes into a desert farm. I am not exactly sure what's going on here. Maybe, I think at one point this was a hoik and it just got busted. What do we got going on with the inventory? What are we wearing? Solar armor. Got the works. All right, where does portal number 2 take us? To the lizard temple. So I didn't have a lizard farm set up. I am not exactly sure what's going on here with the... Oh, maybe this was just... maybe this was to block Golem when we spawned him. This is honestly a really small world. That's interesting. I meant it looks like a really small lizard room. All right, let's in. Teleport number 3. The jungle. Okay. Nothing spectacular here. Now what I'm really curious about is these teleporters. So this obviously goes to one of the oceans. Let's check it out. I remember this one. Okay, so one of the bigger projects I tried to do was to empty the ocean, which I did. And then I tried to make an artificial spawning area. I didn't understand spawning mechanics all too well. I still don't really, but I thought this would work with the arapaimas and the lizards. It didn't, clearly. But it's the thought that counts, right? This was a normal farm at one point, which is why there's loot in these chests, but it stopped working because I'm a doofus. But I like the idea though. It looked kind of cool. It's just a giant pyramid. And then this teleporter goes there. Okay, this goes to a dungeon farm. Obviously not finished, but wow, did I hollow out a lot of stuff here. That's crazy. It's a very large hollowed out room. So this farm wasn't finished. Looks pretty cool though here. Looks pretty cool. All right, what is the last one? It looks like a sky island. Okay, it was connected to nothing. I'm wondering if it was gonna be up to here to allow for easy fishing. Not really sure. Looks like we've got a souls farm down here too. We're not gonna go down there. It seems pretty basic. Doesn't look like it's completed. So we got really far in this world. We completed the game in this world. Messing with hoiks over here, trying to figure out what's going on. We got liquids. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So that means the next world is going to be the Journey's End update. Let's go check that out. So, of course, I had to go with Sliinky as my next one for the Journey's End update. 49 hours on him. Would you believe it? The final journey is the world. My first master mode, too. I'm already liking what's going on here. So clearly we're doing Moon Lord here with the nurse. I really like this arena. I like how it's designed. It's different than all our other boss arenas in the fact that it's not just platform after platform. We have the Terra Prisma somehow. Oh, I see how. We did the rail network thing. Yeah. It used to be the OG strategy for doing it. You just keep going on the rails and then you would avoid getting hit. Inventory wise, we're in spooky armor. We have beetle armor in our social slot. Okay, so we had the summoner set up too because of the Terra Prisma. Alright, let's take a look at our base here. Got the pylon set up because that was the new update. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. All the boss trophies. We have the lunatic cultist. We just never beat Moon Lord. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Truffle. Got a unicorn things for some reason. What's in these chests? Okay, and then all our chests here. Looks like they're labeled. That's nice. Okay, let's go check out where all of our pylons are set up. We've got a snow pylon here. Cute. Little snow houses. Hollowed. This is pretty basic, but again, at least we built something. I don't think I have a teleporter set up there, but I am curious to go over there. Desert is corrupted. I don't think we can go over there. So this is the desert pillar. Oh, the pylon doesn't work because of the hollow. Oh, actually, there's not enough NPCs here. Interesting. This looks nice. My building clearly looks a lot better than it has previously. We got over here jungle. Yep, cute little jungle thing. Looks like we got a massive Plantera farm here, and then Plantera bulb farm. Cool. Then we've got the angler and pirate out here. I didn't finish this place. Can we make a pylon? We can. Look at that. We just added another pylon to the network. Oh, we even got stuff down here. Cavern. Yep, this is basic. It's adorable though. So I saw there was a teleporter right here. I'm interested. There's no teleporters set up. Did I not do a bunch of farms? Looks like I was planning on doing it. This is an interesting lizard room. I hollowed that out. Where does this take us? Oh, to a lizard temple. Okay. Didn't finish any of that. Did we have a souls farm at least? Didn't. Interesting. I was just straight launching myself into endgame. I want to go see what's over here first. So there's the dungeon. Didn't look like anything special was going on there. I'm more curious about what's on the coastline. I seem to remember me trying to farm pirate maps with pirate invasions. I'm not exactly sure how I was trying to do that. Okay, so I got a typical little pyramid farm there. There was something in the air over here. Also, I squared out the desert, it looked like. Ah, okay. So I'm not actually sure. This doesn't work, does it, anymore? I think the pirates spawn and the world spawn now, like by default. Let's see actually. What's this? This is gravestone by Wyvern. Okay, we're in Wyvern territory. Yeah, this is what a more realistic use for it is one of the blood moon or a eclipse, because when you're out here, when you're over here and the screen stops moving. Also, there's a pinky there. They spawn right here in this box area. So this is like the perfect little area for it. I like this. I'm gonna definitely utilize this idea next time I do a playthrough again. So maybe pirate invasions did somewhat work. I got pirate invasion loot. I seem to remember having issues getting them to spawn over here, so I'm curious on how that works. Okay, well, I don't think there's anything else special in this world, but this is the first Journey's End world. Journey's End was a great time in this game, playing it for the first time. I got very far. I can't believe I didn't beat Moon Lord though. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, let's move on to the next one. Finally, at this point, I changed character names and I got Sir Bubba Fuego. 75 hours. That is insane. I'm pretty sure a lot of this was AFK time though, because I'm not even 500 health. He was on the world regulators. Master Mode world created in July 2021. There's a lot going on in this world. So it looks like we started doing teleporters. Buildings getting much better. NPCs aren't just stuck in cages. This is very nice. I like this. We got a little potion crafting area. Cool. Looks like we've got 4 dedicated spots to gear. So we got summons, mage, I'm guessing. Yep, mage, range, and melee. Cool. This, we even got a vanity outfit area. Awesome. What was this area for? Okay, we got boss summons, boss pet, or just regular pets. And then trophies. I guess we'll go check out the teleporters. I see this long tunnel here. I dynamited all the way through and then tried to make it nice and clean. Oh, wait, we have pylons. Do we not have a pylon over here? Do have a pylon. Okay. Let's check out the teleporters first. This one's going to go to the desert, it looks like. Right. We got a giant desert farm. I even put lava down here to stop the spawns. So this farm actually works really good. As you can see, hey, we just AFK desert farm. Very nice. Hollowed? Right. A hollowed farm. Again, with lava. At this point, I had figured out that using lava would block the spawns. And this was the best way to do farms. Oh, this farm looks pretty cool. I'm guessing these are spikes or dart traps. Yeah, there they are. So those are for mimics. Oh, yeah, as you can see, hollowed mimics spawn here. This farm looks like it works decently well. Nice. Proud of myself. Okay, so all of these other teleporters aren't hooked up, but this one has a lever on it. Ah, our dungeon farm. This is very interesting looking. It looks like it works though. So we have the hoiks to get the mages off. And then we have the spawning platforms for them to come down here because I don't think they spawn on conveyor belts. Maybe I figured that out. This looks like it works pretty well though. If only we had lizard traps here too. All right, let's check on the pylons here. What do we got? We got a little desert. Ooh, a nice little desert oasis. This is very nice. Ooh, what is going on over here? Interesting that the dungeon doesn't have the cultist anywhere. Huh. Scarecrow. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, this would actually work pretty good with the invasions. So yeah, something similar here. Didn't finish it, it looks like. What is going on? Okay, so these are... I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Maybe these spawn hearts during the pumpkin moon and frost moon. Maybe? I'm not sure. What do we got down here? Little basic cavern pillar. Jungle looks nice. Witch doctor's down in a random house. Doesn't look like we had any crazy farms. All right, let's go jump into the pit. So it looks like we got a nice little chlorophyte farm here. Looks like it's working pretty decent. Hollowed mimics are just abusing me, of course. So yeah, chlorophyte farm. All right. Well, I think that is everything in this world that is interesting. Got all our chests. Yeah, this is cool. This is it was 3 years ago at this point, which is crazy. It feels like it was just yesterday playing in this world. That is remarkable. Wait, let's go check out the Truffle's house. Adorable. What's up, Truffle? On to the next one. All right, now we have Summoner's Slink, 11 hours. So this belongs to Summoner's Dream, which is in July 2021. This was a Summoners Only playthrough. This was my first attempt at the Summoners Only challenge that ended up being Albert's Adventure eventually. I didn't finish it, obviously. Only got 11 hours in. I just lost motivation for this. It didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I was picturing more along the lines of Albert's Adventure when I was recording this, but then it just didn't really translate that well. I didn't go in with a good plan, so we didn't end up finishing or getting that far into it. What do we have here? So we got an imp staff. So it looks like we were pre-hard mode. We were right before hard mode, and then we just stopped playing. Summoner Only is a very fun challenge. It's very difficult on master mode, but it's very rewarding and fun. So no pylons over here, which is interesting, but we have a pylon right there. Huh. I'm not really sure how that works. 3 years later, we did Albert. That is funny. Well, that's the Summoner's attempt. Since we looked at that Summoners, we might as well look at Albert. 38 hours only. I thought that we took so much longer on Albert's world. That is crazy. We created his world in February of 2023. So yeah, If you guys have watched Albert's Adventure, you guys are very familiar with this world. Building looks completely different. I actually spent time building things. I got every single summoner weapon here besides the Terra Prisma because it's in my inventory. That goes there. But yeah, I'm very happy with this playthrough. It was so much fun, and I'm happy with how it turned out in video form. I know a lot of you guys liked it too, and that just makes this even better. Let's take a look at it. So we got the ice farm here. We don't have a teleport down there, but this was our ice soul / dungeon farm because they added at some point the ability with the shimmering actually that you can make the dangerous walls. So you can make a dungeon farm anywhere you want now, which is crazy. You can make a lot of farms anywhere you want now. Yeah, I think you can do lizard, desert, dungeon. I think you can do spider walls too. I think we had spider walls down there also. But yeah, so I'm not going to do a complete world tour here because you guys have already seen it. If you guys do want to see a full world tour, I'll do a separate video on that. Just let me know. I don't need to see all this because I played it. I played it very recently, so I don't need to look at all this, but you guys can see what's going on here. Albert's Adventure is very fun. Okay, let's move on to the other worlds you guys haven't seen. Next is Steve with 33 hours, and if you guys have been following the channel for a little bit, you guys would recognize Steve from Legendary Seed challenges or the Legendary World challenges. This was the first Legendary World that we ended up nuking for some reason. I don't actually remember what the reason was, but I think I don't remember how we destroyed this world, but we had to make a new world. Legendary Seed is absolutely crazy. This is an interesting seed. Can't teleport over there anyway. Okay, let's go to the actual Legendary World with Steve. The extra underworld that created in January. So 6 days later, we had to make a new world. That is hilarious. So yeah, Legendary Seed is craziness. This honestly just a ridiculous challenge. It was so much fun because it completely changes how I thought this game was played. So we did the cheesy Moonlord method because that's how I know how to kill Moonlord. Moonlord's very hard, especially in Legendary mode. He throws boulders. Oh, I don't know how to use this thing very well. Is it shift? I don't know. I have no idea how to use the Moonlord thing at all. Oh, it's a jump item. Okay, hold on. Let's unset our spawn point. Do we have magic mirror on us or a recall potion? We do. So this is our home base. Got a whole bunch of shenanigans here. Let's go pillar out to the other places. This is a mushroom pillar somehow? I don't really understand that. Jungle. Oh my goodness. Look how many gravestones there are. What was I fighting? Plantera? Plantera and the pillars. Oh, this is so fun. Oh my goodness, you can fly with this thing. Dang. Hollowed. I remember this. The hollow was insanely difficult to do too. The Queen Slime. She was super difficult to fight in Legendary. Now we got that guy over there. Desert Pillar we can't have access to because I think it's corrupted. Yeah. But the Legendary Dungeon was awful to explore. I remember that. And then this is our Wall of Flesh thing that took 18 iterations to do. Legendary World. That was fun. Snow Pillar. I remember this. This is our farm. This was a farm. This farm was pretty cool. It worked very good. Because in Legendary, I think the spawns are boosted like 10 times or something ridiculous like that. So this stuff worked really well. Well, I think that's everything interesting in this world. Legendary, phew, I'm sure at some point in the future we'll revisit the Legendary Seeds, but for the time being, get me out of here. Okay, and the last one that I think is interesting is... So I don't have the character for this world anymore, but take a look at it. This is Pet Hunter's Paradise, which was created December of 2022. This was a series idea before the Albert series that I wanted to do. I wanted to do somewhat similar to the Albert series and how it turned out with storytelling wise, but the idea of the series was to collect every single pet in the game. And that's why this world is called Pet Hunter's Paradise, and my character's name was Dr. Doolittle, as like a pun on Dr. Doolittle. But we didn't end up finishing this or getting that far on it. I don't remember the reason why I stopped doing this, but this is definitely an idea I would like to pursue in the future. As you can see, I built a nice little tower here. I built, which is crazy. Yeah, this is a nice building. So it looks like I got farther than I would have thought I did. Maybe I just built all the, yeah, it looks like I just built all the pylons, or I tried to. And then down here was where I was keeping all of the pets. I don't know, this might be the exact number of pets there were. So as you can see, the Albert series took a lot of inspiration from this. I had the ideas in my head and then just followed through with the Albert series. So yeah, this is definitely an idea I would like to go back to. So while I got you guys here, I wanted to see what you guys thought I should be doing. So I want to do a full playthrough when the next Terraria update comes out, which there hasn't been a release date yet, but maybe it'll come out this year. I'm going to do a full playthrough of that, and that's going to be fun, and I'll actually follow through this time. But I'm also planning on playing other games too in the meantime, posting them on this channel. So this isn't strictly going to be a Terraria only channel, but I do love Terraria a lot. So if I got ideas for some Terraria series and I'm doing them, then there's going to be a lot of Terraria videos. So let me know what you guys want to see, if you have any suggestions, etc, etc. So that is what 10 years of playing Terraria looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed the world tour and the character tours. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.